What's up folks, CrossSG back with a quick showcase of my Noelle Zhongli Max Regen Abyss team. I've talked about this team a fair bit in my last couple of videos and have gotten quite a few questions about it, so I thought I'd do a dedicated showcase video on it. This is fast becoming one of my favorite Noelle comps to run, and while it isn't the only 9-star capable Noelle comp that I have, this one has gotten me some of the fastest clear times to date by a very large margin. Quick disclaimer before we get into it, this isn't a guide, it's a showcase, so your mileage may vary. I am nowhere close to being F2P or low spending, my team is pretty well geared and this is the Abyss. No big PP meta DPS here, but the RNG of Abyss buffs and blessings can still skew the numbers unrealistically. Well, technically the current blessing is pretty laughable, so maybe it isn't skewed that much, but you get my point. Alright, so I've explained how the comp works in my Q&A video, but it's probably better to have all the info in one video, so I'll explain it again. This is a heavy team regen setup centered around getting the entire team's burst up on cooldown. Chongyun at C2 provides cooldown reduction to increase overall DPS. The Favonius weapons on Noelle and Zhongli provide most of the team regen, and if you're still having problems with regen, I recommend putting full Noblesse on Zhongli and full Exile on Chongyun. The rotation is simple, stay on Noelle for hits and swap to the rest of the team for their skills. Always prioritize the use of Chongyun's E when it is available, other than that, use everything else on cooldown. Going over the team, and first up we have my Noelle, who is finally in 4-piece Glad. Good lord, it took long enough. She is the carry, the tank, and the healer of the team. It's kind of a fantasy role for Noelle, so to speak. Here's her gear and her stats. Quick note, the Favonius Greatsword on her is absolutely critical to this comp's viability. I wish mine was R5, cause then I could probably get Xiangling's burst up on cooldown. My Noelle is of course C6, and I just got her normal attack to level 9 before recording this video, hence the embarrassing Mora count, but the clips were taken with a level 8 skill. I gain about 7.5% more damage with level 9. Next we have Zhongli in full burst DPS gear. I borrowed some of Ningguang's stuff for now. Here are his stats and gear. Now he is C2, but this comp would work just fine at C0 as well. You just have to manually cast his shield ever so often if you feel the need to. But with a high defense Noelle carry and Zhongli in full DPS gear, his shield won't really make much of a difference anyway. Moving on, we have Xiangling, and she is the pyro DPS and shield breaker of the team. And here are her stats. Now another option for artifacts is the 4-piece instructor set that works pretty well too, or you could go with 2-piece instructors, 2-piece wandering troop, that also works well. My Xiangling is C6, but really C4 is the key constellation for her in my opinion. C5 and 6 aren't essential for this comp. As for weapons, I'd say the Dragon's Bane is arguably the best in slot for her in this role, regardless of refine rank, though arguments can be made for a regen weapon instead depending on how much team regen you actually have. And finally we have Chongyun. He is the cryo DPS, shield breaker and noblesse bot, and here are his stats. Of course, my Chongyun is C6, but C2 would be the key constellation for him on this team. C4 is great for general use but is inconsequential for this comp because I only swapped to him for a split second to use his E and his burst. The rest of the constellations are essentially just damage bumps. Alright, with that out of the way, I'll leave you with a clip of the team clearing both halves of floor 12 in 9-star fashion. Thumbs up if you liked it, down if you didn't, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you later, folks.
only just begun right there. Let's not waste time. Yes, run! Well, be a killjoy. We've only just begun. I stop.